وجهه متعب الإجهاد.
والله وجهه؟ من أي يعني؟
كثير هيك ضغط. يعني يجي واحد خلاص بالليل. اسمه زمان. بيخبوه خلي.
أيوه عارف. So, artwork, art gallery.
Yeah. We do several art shows in the year. Keep the seniors very active.
I will email you soon.
Yes.
I want to know about your program, about your schedule.
Yes, we open to, it's a multicultural group, you know, so it's not just Italians, but from everywhere.
Really? No.
Yeah.
What was this?
He's worse than a woman there.
He's worse than a woman. I'm going to cut through here. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should we give it to the young people or should we carry it?
I
One
can
to
give
the
it
youth, one to the grown-ups.
if you want, or you can give them both to the.
To the youth?
Yeah.
Sure. Does anybody want to work? Anybody want to hold this when we walk? Like, there's two of them and the young guy, they just doing the video. Thank you, guys. We're supposed to be honored to do that. We have another one. A young girl and a boy. Very nice volunteer. Great. Very nice. And if you just a video, we take it out and like under your face so you can somehow.
Yeah, I forgot about Leonardo.
Where's Rich?
Something about
As soon as he comes out.
Yeah, I was waiting and then
Who's got the lighter?
Oh, here, the smoker.
You drop that camera.
Ishmael. I won't drop it.
Drop you off 14 stories of building.
Sure, go nuts. I'll still survive, I don't care. I'll drink a Red Bull.
Oh, look, that's why you want to hold this, so you can put the camera on top once in a while.
It's easy. I don't even.
I see.
It still works.
I had to deal with when he was 13.
Yeah.
Worse.
Was it really?
It's alright. I'm my own.
He used to play Joel Time. Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, he had a beeper waiting for a liver.
Oh my
He
God.
used to rig up the sound so it would ring, and everybody would rush because we had to bring him to the. And then he'd be laughing.
Oh yeah.
Dad at everybody.
And at least you took it as a, you know, like I said, in a way that he was laughing about it. I didn't take it too seriously. That's,
Oh yeah.
sometimes that's good too for your.
So where's the lighter?
In my hand.
Thank you.
Mr. Redgreen? We're gonna light the torch now. Ishmael? He's oh. Okay, ready?
Yeah, wait.
You light. Yeah, you light. Wait till your father's ready. Father.
Hey, how far do you go with this?
Actually, Chris, I got a free hand. I don't got a camera. Let me do the camera work on this one. And we can do the next one.
Julia, where's Julia?
Sure.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that once in a while, maybe someone can touch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What we'll do is they're just gonna light it now. Where's Julia?
No, but I'm saying everybody will.
Julia, can you come here? Cause we'll get you to hold it first and then pass it around to the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then as we're walking, just near the end, we'll give it back to the donor dads.
Okay, so you
Okay, go
pass
ahead.
it to everyone?
Yeah, everybody should be able to touch it.
So yeah, it's a nice
It was blessed by Pope John
Just
Paul.
remember that, eh? Yeah. Okay? In the Pope, yes, and the Pope wanted this to go.
Okay, Julia.
Oh God, I'm so bad with fire.
She is Julia's. Her dad's one of my best friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's wonderful.
Frank Lista.
This is Frank Lista's daughter?
Yes, you didn't know?
No, of course. Who was going to tell me? Right?
Put it up high. Yeah. We don't want no burnt hair here.
She does look like him. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Pass it on.
Okay. Who else wants to touch it?
Excellent. Lucia
I got it. I got it.
to do it too.
I could see. I could see.
And what's her name?
Can I have a chance to
Who? Julia.
Julia.
Yeah. Anybody else want to touch it?
That really well. Yes.
Come on.
Tell him, I was, well, he knows me as short.
Hold it up high. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Higher.
No, you did good.
Okay. Higher.
everybody has a chance to touch it. I like stuff like goes on her chest. Okay? It feels nice.
Well, it's blessed by the Pope. I got it.
I know,
Higher now.
Everyone's like backing away from it. They're like, I don't want it. The torch.
Give it to Daniela. No, I don't want it.
Daniela, move that.
What's the sign?
Don't burn your jacket.
Someone take it now. What?
Feel good, huh? Feels awesome.
Okay. How does it feel after knowing that the Pope blessed it?
The kids, yes. One is,
Pope John Paul II, by the way.
and the other boy. When you're at home with your parents, what you did, I held it. That's your life. Blessed by the Lord. When you do it, how you do it. Remember this? And
Okay, I think we better start going. Julia, if you can get the torch back. Julia? Okay, come up to the front with the torch. Reg, can you come up front? Because we'll be passing the torch to you for in a little while. Come to the front, Julia. Just hold it. Where's your partner? Where's your... Okay, you lead the way. Julia, you lead the way.
Where?
Yeah, wherever you think is the best way to get to Columbus Center. So you could share. You could share at the front. I'm gonna send this video to your dad, okay?
You should.
I will.
He'll be very proud.
I know you will. Chris? Christopher? Chris, the bag for the torch. It's probably in there still.
This is tiring. This is tiring.
Can you imagine carrying that across Canada?
Wow. Like this?
Yeah.
Your arm must have got tired.
Well, it wasn't me that really but it was actually the help of a lot of kids like yourselves. Did you see a movie camera, TV camera up there somewhere? Okay, hold up here for a few minutes. I'm just going to get all the media. Get the two donor dads up front. The two donor dads up front. Hold it, Julia. Let them. Wait. Julia? Yes? When we get to the top here, I'll tell you when to pass it to the donor dads, okay? Yeah. Ciao, Simona.
Come stai?
Mr. Ari Reif, come and join our procession. Thank you. We're blessed to have you here. Okay, turn here, Julia.
Where are we going?
We're going to the Columbus Center. Okay. Julia, bring the other Julia beside the two donor dads. Be on each side of the donor dads. Can you get the doors open for all these people? Is there an automatic? Okay, come on in. Leonardo, join the torch. Join them. Okay. That's it. Okay, we can hold it here for just a few minutes, get a few fast shots, because then I have to bring the torch out.
George.
You want to go up there?
No, up the stairs. Take the pictures.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, we'll start making our way up the stairs then.
You take pictures from upstairs.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
ننظم خلال جولتنا بنشر قصص تبرع الأعضاء.
Through our tour, we want to support the case of the cause of blood organ donation.
نتأمل إنه هي رسالة الناس تتعلمها.
And we want to deliver this message.
خاصة في تقدم الطب والعلم في الرجال.
Especially where the chance of giving another life support is possible.
Yeah, 1 second.
زي ما حكى جورج احنا خطوة بخطوة قاعدين نتقدم.
As you said, we are going step by step forward in this field.
هذا الشيء عام لكل الناس.
And we want to spread this idea to make it as part of our human life.
جاي من فلسطين.
I've come from Palestine.
And this is Mr. Green. Green, nice to meet you.
الأيام القليلة ونكون نسير نتبرع لحضرتك.
We hope that in the near future that everyone who is in need of a donation will find a donor. And we wish all good health for everybody.
We're all going to take a seat now. Okay, who can stay here? Hope all you guys can. You should. This is going to be.
What time do we get to leave?
Probably in about 20 minutes. Okay, hang around. Grab a seat then. Grab a seat.
Telling story of two fathers that have come together from two parts of the world to share a story of grief, and that could have given rise to a lot of anger and hatred, and yet they did what a lot of us would be concerned about ourselves, whether we would do it ourselves, and they gave the organs of their children to donors or to people that needed donations of organs. And having done that, they saved 11 lives. And it's interesting to know that the lives that they saved in one case were Italian lives, and Mr. Green is not Italian. And in the other case, it was a Palestinian child whose organs went to Israeli children. So the message of peace, the message of being one family, the message that, in this world we're not in it alone, that we really all have to depend on each other, and we have to look to each other for help. If we could get that message out, maybe there'd be a little bit less killing and a lot more growth and development in the world. But I don't want to take all the time lecturing and talking. I'd like to introduce all our guests, and then start by calling each one of them up. First, I'd like to recognize, and I think a lot of you know him, George Marcello from Step by Step. My name is Michael Tabolo. I'm the president of the National Congress of Italian Canadians. When this first came to our attention as a Congress, we thought that it was something very important and very relevant that we get this message out into our own community and also take a leadership role with other communities. So we're working within the Italian community, but also starting to build bridges between Ukrainian, Russian, Chinese, and all the other communities to bring the message of the importance of organ and tissue donation. Our first step to do this, because we felt that given the circumstances, especially with the Palestinian father Ishmael Khatib, that we should work with the Jewish community And I'm very pleased and honored to have here today Mr. Ari Wright, who is with the Canadian Perez Foundation for Peace, who's joining us, and we'll be speaking a little bit later as well about his views and some of the challenges we're facing as a society as well. I'd like to now introduce the two fathers very briefly. Mr. Reg Green from California, who's up here on the stage. Mr. Ishmael Team from Palestine. I would also like to introduce Mr. John Bromley, who will be joining us a little bit later and talking a little bit about donating a donation, and I'll let him get into a little bit more details of that, but he's from the Canadian Blood Services. And I'd also like to introduce a dear friend and one of the healthiest people that I've known in my life, who was afflicted with something that you'll hear a little bit later about, which is a shock to me. And you know, we're here, I think, in a lot of ways also to talk about specifically bone marrow transplant and the importance of signing up and registering with that system as well. And that's my good friend here, Leonardo Cosmo. I'd like to begin by, before we hear the stories of the fathers, I'd like to begin by calling Ari Reif to the mic to say a few words.
As we say in Israel, Michael, it's shalom. We say to salam. Peace is a big word which has many connotations. But peace is not achieved by governments. It's people that build peace. Governments are masters of how to complicate things. People, when they want to come to a conclusion, they do things. They speed them up. The action of Mr. Khatib and the action of Mr. Green with their late sons have left an impact not only on the Jewish community, not only on the Israeli community. I don't know if there are members of the diplomatic corps here today. Is there anybody? Is Adas here? Nobody is here. But I have to tell you that it crosses borders, religions, race, faith. Everything is eliminated. Anybody in this world that has one word of criticism about who sponsors what, whether it's Israeli sponsoring the Palestinian father or whether we sponsor an American father, it doesn't exist. It's over. It's done. Anybody who has any word of criticism has to learn the hard way. And the hard way is when you look at two fathers who, in order to promote the idea of organ donation, because after all, George Marcello is not running for parliament. He's running in order to bring the awareness of organ donations. So what more could be organ donations aspiration than taking two fathers from two ends of the world and make it an international event? For this, I want to thank Omni TV, other TV outlets that assisted us for giving us the opportunity to bring to life, and I mean life. Renato, you have to be optimistic. There are people that believe that this is holy, this is important, this is not a story, this is life. Life can give life. And for this, I want to thank the Italian Canadian Congress and the other organizations that helped us to bring this to be the issue. And whether it's Parliament, Ontario Parliament, or the Canadian Parliament, if they don't and will not push that issue of organ donations, then those who are here have to take a vow never to stop. It's important, it must be done. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce you to each of the two fathers and have them come up and say a few words. They have compelling stories, as I mentioned, and rather than speak at great length, I'll let them say their stories in their own words. Mr. Green?
First of all, of course, I want to thank everybody involved in this, the Italian Congress, Mary, who just spoke, crossing another border, and of course to George Marcello, who has had both the imagination and the determination to be able to arrange these events, which are, of course, very difficult to arrange. Briefly, I think perhaps you know the story. My son, my 7-year-old son Nicholas, was shot during an attempted robbery while we were on vacation in Italy. That was 17 years ago. We donated the organs. Of course, you don't know who they're going to, just as in Ishmael's case. He didn't know who they were going to. In our case, 2 people were going blind. 5 others were very close to death. 4 of them were teenagers. Now, 17 years later, we've lost touch with a couple of them, but the other 5 are living happy and healthy lives, and clearly they wouldn't be here anymore. Better still, organ donation rates in Italy have quadrupled. No other country in the world has ever come close to that. It means that literally thousands of people are alive today. I can't think of another country in the world who would have shown the solidarity with us that Italy did. As somebody said at the time, it was just as though the whole country wanted to embrace you. Well, I said, that's true, but the embrace that I got from Sophia Loren was worth all the others put together. Nicholas is very well known in Italy, so much so that he's rarely mentioned by his full name, Nicholas Green. It's generally because Nicholas. And everyone there knows who they're referring to. And so, at one level, there's all this stable of life, which of course is very important. Probably that's the thing that consoles us most, knowing that all those children are alive because of this one decision. But on top of that, there is the sense of people being brought together who could have been separated. And so that's the purpose of coming to levels of consciousness about this story. I hope that if you are convinced that this is a good idea, you will talk to your families, say that if anything were to happen to you, this is what you would do. And then in that case, you too can save multiple lives. Thanks so much.
I'd now like to ask Mr. Ishmael Petit with his translator to come up and share a few words with us as well.
in 2005, I was shot by an Israeli.
لما إطلاق النار عليه عن بعد 100 متر.
He was shot from 100 meters distance.
نتيجة صراع مر عليه أكثر من 63 عام قبل الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لفلسطين.
Because of a conflict that is 63 years old of duration because of the Israeli occupation.
3 سنوات الماضي 60 عام مر تم قتل آلاف من الأبرياء الفلسطينيين والإسرائيليين.
Many innocent people died on both sides during the last years.
حابب أحكي إنه هنا رسالة أحمد ابني.
I would like that the message to my son Ahmed to be.
أنا طلبت من نتطلع بأعضاء دون النظر لهذه الأطفال أو الأشخاص المستفيدين هم إسرائيليين أو فلسطينيين أو مسيحيين أو مسلمين أو يهود حتى نكون رسالة للإسرائيليين وللعالم.
I wanted to send a message to the Israelis and to the world that I am donating the organs of my son to whomever going to receive, regardless of their ethnic or religious background.
الرسالة الأولى إنه حق الأطفال الفلسطينيين والشعب الفلسطيني، الأطفال الفلسطينيين إنه يعيشوا كباقي شعوب العالم.
The Palestinian people and children have the right to live normally as other.
رغم الصراع الموجود بين الشعوب.
In spite of the conflict that is going on.
الرسالة الثانية اللي أهمية التبرع وتشجيع الناس على الوقوف أمام الناس المحتاجين وتعريفهم بالتبرع بالأرض.
So my main concern is to make people acquainted with the message of organ donation.
طبعا شوف لفيت أكثر من 30 دولة في العالم نحكي عن هذا الموضوع.
I visited more than 30 countries in the world.
عرفت إنه هون تورنتو أو كندا إنه ما في كثير من المتبرعين.
And I talked a lot about this issue, and I knew that in Canada and Toronto that they don't have a lot of organ donors.
رسالة هي لكل الناس الأصحاء والمرضى إنه كل إنسان لازم يفكر بالشخص الآخر.
This is a message to all people, whether healthy or ill, that they have to think about others also.
ما ننتظر حتى إنه الإنسان يمرض ويبادر إنه يسجل في جمعية زراعة.
We don't wait until someone gets ill, then he goes to register his name for organ donation. We want the initiative to come while the people are healthy.
تعرفين الشعب الكندي يقولوا إنه بادروا التوجه لهذه الجمعيات.
I invite everybody here in Canada to register for organ donation.
أمنيتنا الصحة والسلام للجميع والسلام العالمي لكل شعوب الأرض.
We wish that peace spreads in the whole world and everybody becomes healthy and never needs any kind of medical treatment. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to ask Lorenzo to say a few words to us.
Listening to these stories maybe makes mine, I don't know. I don't know how to express my feelings because I was very touched by your stories, we were talking about. And the message of peace and brotherhood that are coming from these two fathers is huge. And I'd like to thank George for bringing them here and Michael Tivolo to make them help George in organizing these things. So my story is very simple, and I would like to tell to the young kids that are here, because this message is mainly to them. On August 22nd, it was a Sunday, I was playing tennis. On the next Wednesday, I was almost on a wheelchair, not knowing why. And on the Friday, August 26th, I got diagnosed with leukemia. And the great thing is that medicine made huge steps ahead, because 25 years ago, we were celebrating my funeral. This is the truth. And but now, in 2011, I'm here talking to you and telling you how is it important in our life to once in a week, maybe once a month, to stop and stop doing the usual things that we're doing. So thinking about job, thinking about other problems, thinking about the games that maybe we're enjoying and playing with our friends, but and to stop and to think what we can do to the other people that are in need. And usually, you don't think enough about the people that are in need, because when you're hearing that someone is getting sick, you think, okay, this is unfortunate, but this is something that happens to the other. But sometimes, as in my case, the sickness is coming to you, is knocking on your door, and is challenging you. So when I was lying in the bed of the hospital and I was looking at all the bags of blood that were helping me, I was thinking about those people that found the time to stop, to go there and to donate this blood, that helped me. And this is the message. How is it important to think about the others and to donate? And the blood marrow donation, because today we are talking about the bone marrow donation as well, is something different from the other donation. It's too unfortunate that the other organ donation has to come from someone that is not with us anymore, as the two kids. But the bone marrow donation is good at choosing to donate, and you have to be ready to donate, and so you have to do some things. And in the world we have 18 million donors on a population of 7 billion. This is not enough. In Canada we have 300,000 donors, and we have today 953 patients as me that has leukemia that are waiting for a transplant. And the average time of waiting is 5 to 7 months, is the average. But someone of my friends, because then you are becoming part of a community where everybody is sharing emotions, feelings, experiences, and we are becoming friends. They can't wait that much. They can't afford it. And so we have to know that we can donate, and the best donors, and this is the reason why I was talking about these kids, it's from the age of 18 to 35. So the message is that we have to find the time and to think to the others, for those that are in need. Because unfortunately, when you are becoming sick, you're discovering another world, a world that we don't know. And you see, I saw in the hospital from 18 years old kids that they were perfectly healthy till 2-3 days before, as was my case. And this is the reason why we decided to help George for what we can do, because it's extremely important. It's not just for me. As I said, there are 952 residents of Canada that are waiting, as I'm waiting, for a donor. And this is something that we have to change, because I think that we need more than 1,000 new donors every year in Canada to support all the needs that we have in the bone marrow transplant. So think about it, find the time, and help us. Thank you.
The words from, I think, all three of the fathers are incredible, because, or the two fathers and Leonardo, when we talk about giving the organs of a loved one that's no longer with us, or giving samples of saliva, which we'll be talking about in a little while, what you're really doing is you're giving the gift of life. You're giving the opportunity for someone to go on and live and save the devastation and pain for that family and having lost that person. So it's extremely important, and the message is so important that we speak about it, we talk to other people about it, and we spread the word. The best way I heard it put was by an Italian writer who wrote one of the papers, and I'm going to say it in English. He said that today we learned the greatest lesson. This was with respect to Mr. Green. The donation by him and his wife agreeing to give the organs of his son, it was the greatest act of civility that he'd ever witnessed. And I think we can all share in that what greater gift can a person give another but the ability to continue his life. I'd like to invite up John Bromley now, and we're going to talk a little bit about specifically the issues relating to bone marrow transplant and some of the preconceived ideas about it and some fears that people have. So John, I'd love to have you come up, please. Thank you.
He's going to be calling me, that's right.
Congress and George for inviting me here today. But really, truly, I am humbled and honored to be with this group today because of what these people are facing and what they've taken on themselves to spread that message of benevolence and generosity to some people, and a lot of people they don't even know. And what great courage they have every day to face what they have already faced and to do what they are doing now by being here today. Truly, I am humbled and honored to be with you today. Thank you. I'm here to speak about stem cell donation, of course, and Leonardo and what Leonardo is going through right now. It's frightening. It's knowing that only 30% of the people will be able to find a stem cell transplant within their own family. That 70% of the folks will have to go outside of their immediate family to find someone through the international database. And as Leonardo alluded to, of over 18 million, but that's without a face. But as we hear here today, those faces are actually generous people that want to do something, that want to help by becoming a stem cell donor. Today, we do have an immediate need for young, healthy male stem cell donors. We are finding now in the science that young male stem cells will give better patient outcomes. So that those are the ones that are being now selected by the transplant doctors. So those are the ones that we need to think about it, to do something that is so part of what your general makeup on being good and just and human is to become a stem cell donor. And it's very easy to do. It's by going to onematch.ca and registering online. And why do we do that? Well, we have to think about diversities. We have to think about particular people from different heritages, different communities, because that's how we match. We match, say, through this organization, the group here today, through Caucasian, which would be the Italian community. It's those people within certain communities that we would find that match amongst 18 million other donors worldwide as Leonardo. It is all about you taking the time, a very short time, by either going online or finding out more, at least through awareness. Also, I'm here today to speak to you on how simple it is, on how easy it is to become a stem cell donor. And not only that, on how easy it is to donate stem cells. Many times in the past, people have said that, oh, I don't really want to become a stem cell donor because it really hurts. Do they go into your spine? Where do they get this from? Well, I'm here today to tell you that only represents 20% of transplantation today within stem cells. That is called bone marrow aspiration. 80% of the transplants today are from donors that go through a process called peripheral stem cell extraction. What that means is the stem cells are taken from your blood. So you're given a growth hormone before your donation. You go into a transplant center and you almost lie on the bed, and you almost donate blood, or the same process of donating blood. You'll go on a bed, you'll go through a machine that will take those stem cells out of your blood and put them into a bag for a very valuable person somewhere in the world. That is no more. And even if it is, where those stem cells are needed to be very young and pure, where a transplant doctor is saying that I need to still have a bone marrow aspiration, in other words, from your iliac crest on your hip bone, then I equate it very simply, and I've heard this from so many donors, that it's like skating and falling on the ice. It hurts, you get up, but you're still okay. And what other thing do you say when you do have that for a day or so, that you say, look at what I've done. I have provided stem cells for somebody to live. Because in more cases than ever, a stem cell transplantation is the last part of that journey of treatment. So I would invite people afterwards, or I can show you quickly right now, if I could ask you to come up here for a sec. This is all that's involved today, is that you will have a kit when you go online. They will send you this in the mail. Within that kit, you will find some swabs, which are very much like, if you ever watch CSI or any TV show, these swabs, as you know, will go into your upper left part of your cheek, which would take some cells from your cheek, and they would also be tested for HLA. They would then go back into this package right here.